When I was in grade school, I was 7, and I went into kindergarten with a teacher named Mrs. Spencer. And I didn't know a word other than hello and hi in English. At the time, there was no what do you call it when in Spanish? So nobody ever taught me English. I don't know how I understood what they wanted us to do, but I never stayed a grade behind. But it was hard for me because I didn't know what they were saying, but I could more or less, I don't know what I did it. One time when I was in 4th grade, we were throwing spitballs, to each other, and the teacher caught us. He says, anybody that throws one more spitball is going to go to the office. And of course, I had a spitball and I had to throw it. So I threw it. And this boy, Julia threw a spitball. And they sent me to the office. And then Mr. Binion, the principal, said, you want me to spank you? I didn't know what he said, what he meant. And I said, yes. And he thought I was acting sassy, so he scooped me over, and my calzones were homemade. Like I told you before, my mother would make them from the flour sacks. And I had a dress when there were times when you don't wear pants at that time. So he paddled me twice, and it was lunchtime, so I went home crying up a storm, and I was more embarrassed than anything else. And I told Nacho, my brother, I want you to write a note saying, if you ever spank Julia again, you're going to jail. And he did. And he thought I wasn't going back to school and take it. But I was. But he took it away from me, so I didn't go to school all day that afternoon. And then, time passed, and I did good in school, considering I learned English. And then I was in sports. Supposedly I was very good in sports, because baseball, they wanted to put me with the boys because I was better than them. I was good. I'm not bragging, because anybody that knew me then will tell you. And volleyball, I was a star of volleyball. We'd play with other schools, and they used to call me the atomic bomb because I would spike them so hard they didn't even see where the ball went. And it was fun. Grace, my friend Grace, my neighbor Grace, we decided to play hooky. So this friend of ours, older than us, was a maid working for a teacher at their house, and we decided to go visit her. So we spent the whole day with them. But when it was time to get out of school, we were walking on the highway over here in Alameda, and the bus passed with all my team. They went to play Socorro, and they saw me. Hey, you played hooky! Oh, I was scared to death. So I went home because Lupe, my sister, was there, and she knew that I didn't go to school, that I played hooky. So I went home and I told my mother, Ama, Lupe se enojó conmigo y para que me pegue le va a decir que no fui a la escuela. And sure enough, when she got home, Ama, Julia no fue a la escuela ahora. And she didn't believe her because I already warned her. I was in the 8th grade, and I was still graduating May. I was 15 years old because at the time we couldn't go to school until we were 7 years old. So everybody was 15 when we graduated from grade school. And every time that my mother would get sick, of course I had to stay home with her, so I missed school a lot, but I always kept up with my class anyway. But this time, my oldest sister, Doobie, was having a baby, and my other sister, Lupe, was staying home with my mother because she had to quit school too, and she went to take care of my sister having a baby when she had a baby, and they got me out of school to take care of my mother because she was sick. And after that, it was around April or March, and I didn't want to go back to school because I had already made my, missed a lot of school. And well, I didn't graduate with my class, but it was so sad because when they graduated, I went to my graduation, and I was one of the audiences instead of one of the graduates. And I remember that they sang the Old Lamplighter. You know what the Old Lamplighter is? I don't remember the tune. It was a real sad, pretty song. And I was crying, just tears. I didn't want to cry because I didn't want them to see me cry, but it was so sad to see all my friends and classmates up there on the stage, and here I was. So that was the end of my education. And here I am, having more money than anybody else. I didn't graduate grade school, but I know everything. And I learned it in algebra.